Looks like I'm live. Hey. Hello, follow my 16 or 17 subscribers. What is this about? I'm so freaking Jewish, Mike. And I just wanted to take some time as I've recently transitioned away from Facebook and Twitter into a much more fun open source nerd fest that is called the Fediverse. But before I get into that, I just wanted to say in the background, you see my app, my Firefish instance. It's a Mastodon derivative of a derivative of a derivative based off CalKey or MISKey or something like that. But in any case, I wanted to just cover this real quick because I find it hilarious. I find it absolutely hilarious that this is even a problem. And with that, I will go ahead and I'm gonna hide this one. I'm gonna go into this real quick. And just do a very cursory top level view of what the hell is the Fediverse. Fediverse is an ensemble of federated servers that are used for web publishing and file hosting. And there are really cool apps that are based around that concept, that PubSub concept. One is PixelFed, which is like an Instagram clone, but it's its own thing. I think they just announced that in October they're going to be releasing something called Solo, which is like a dead easy one app kind of thing, like where you can just drag and drop things and throw them on your server and then share them out. That's really bad take. But basically, it's a combination of the words federation and universe. And basically, more importantly, on the social aspect side of the house, there are apps that you can create, spin up your own domain, your own DNS, your own all that good stuff. You're kind of expected to do that on your own, or you can just join a server, somebody else's server that already has it set up, and then go from there, which is what I opted to do. And the cool thing is that your server is your rules. If you just want to make it for yourself, great. If you want to make it for a community, also great. In a way, it's kind of like an open source version of Discord, I guess, but with Twitter-like features, so where you can do things, and of course you can interact with other servers. That's kind of the Fediverse. That's the power of the Fediverse. But real quick, this isn't going to take too long. I just wanted to say what I found is a lot of the refugees from Twitter, of course, those are going to be the people on the hard left, the communists, the socialists, the folks that are just on the left that tend to have that intersectionality and follow or partake in the message, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with any of that. If you want to be a communist or a socialist or a whatever, great, good for you. I personally find all that crap a joke because history stands against all that. But not the socialist part. The socialist, there are aspects of our society where it is, in fact, socialist in nature. We have a fire department, roads, bridges, police, first responders, etc. A federal government that serves its citizens. So, all that's good. All that's good. The communist part, not so much. That's a hilarious joke. And of course, none of these people, it's also younger people, it's also older people, but it's also the tech bros who happen to be transsexuals, which is fine. You can be a tranny. You can be a white dude and wear a dress and call yourself a woman. That's fine. Nobody's going to fight you on that. You might make fun of you a little bit, but that's the way it goes. Or you might have people that rally around you. Also good. All the above good, but that's called living in the real world. But in any case, I just wanted to say I definitely found a limitless gold mine of content. And also I found out where all the tranny flags have gone. You cannot go 5 steps into the Fediverse without running into somebody with an LGBTQ plus something or whatever. I've even found aspects of that world where they have a pronouns page where you can create your own little pronoun page, and you can tell the world what your preferred pronouns are and how you would like to be known as or addressed in the real world. All great. Good. If that's for you, good for you. Although it is hilarious and it does make you look super narcissistic and weak as far as not being able to deal with the real world. Because at the end of the day, you can't make anybody call you whatever the hell you think you are or however you want the world to perceive. You can ask, you can request, you can even get agitated and demand. But the more the more you do that to the nth degree, the more people are just going to cut you off and just say, get out of my face. I'm not going to deal with you. But anyway, that's what the Fediverse is. But I found where all the leftists have gone. And the strange thing is, on Twitter, on Facebook, everywhere I've encountered a hard leftist, they seem to have rules that are for you, but not for them, which means that it's also hilariously hypocritical to me, because on the Fediverse, it's a decentralized web. This is the way that we should be going, to where you own your data, you own your instance, you own your whatever. And if you want to share that or not share that with the world, that is up to you. I am 100% behind that concept. Organizations like the ACLU, the EFF, those type of organizations are all great organizations for the most part. They all stand for the principle of, if it's good for you, it's good for me, it's good for all of us. There's not gatekeeping. They're not putting up a blocker and saying that only this group of people can do it, not this other group, which is the problem that I have with these leftists. And I find this more and more on the left, and it has been like this way for a really long time. Typically, it used to be, if you didn't agree with them, they would shout you down, they would cancel you, they would censor you, they would try to get you fired, whatever. All that stuff is all still going on today on the Fediverse. So it's funny to me, they flee to a decentralized 21st century censorship-proof platforms, and they still want to have their cake and eat it too. They still want to buck and cry about every little injustice in the world, but they want to gatekeep. So if you are of the right, if you're a Republican, if you are a conservative, if you're an independent, if you're a critical thinker, not for you. Not for you. You're bad. You're a Nazi. You're a fascist. You're a whatever. And of course, all this stuff is all personal attacks. It's all bad faith. But in any case, what I wanted to cover was, I found an alarming number of bitch pants. And when I say bitch pants, I mean the Urban Dictionary definition. What is a bitch pants? Well, it could be somebody that has an ill-tempered countenance. And this is gender language. So if that offends you, fuck off. I don't care. This is just the real world usage of what somebody would call you. If you're a bitch, or you're bitch pants, or you complain too much, you're going to be labeled a bitch pants or some derivative therein. I've been called a bitch. I have put on bitch pants from time to time. Some would say that this video makes me wear bitch pants. So be it. All the more power to you. Good for you. That's totally fine. We all take our time at different parts around the wheel, so to speak. But it is eccentric, of having bad disposition, peevish, exhibiting our characteristic of having an extreme or irrational affinity for bitch-asserist condition, being bitchy for an extended period of time, radiating a disagreeable impression. All these are spot on for these leftists that I have found. And then kind of moving on to the main event here, I just wanted to highlight this one bitch pants, and again, this is all public. There's no doxing going on here. This is the publicly available information on the internet. If you do a search for this person's username, be nice, don't attack them. That's not what I'm advocating for. Be nice, just ignore them or go on about your business. But I just find it hilarious. And with this is my server. And what I wanted to highlight real quick here, I've got another minute before I got to get going. But this guy is like some Google bro who made it big, and just sees racism everywhere. It just sees racism. Some of it may be valid, but most of it is not. It's just endlessly wearing bitch pants and being a victim for the time and space that we're in. So I wanted to highlight this. But more importantly, I wanted to show that this dude here is hilarious. This guy is there's EFF basically backed that Kiwi Farms has a right to talk and speak online. And all the leftists lost their minds because how could the EFF do this? How could the ACLU get behind this? How could they stand for principles? How dare they do that? Apparently, and Kiwi Farms is just a troll farm, a bunch of trolls online who try to get people's goats and whatnot, try to get people's blood pressure to raise. If there is any criminal activity that go on any of these platforms, that should be dealt with accordingly. You can't sit online and make threats and break the law like that. That's no bueno. But if you do that long enough, you're going to get caught. More than likely, you're going to have that come back and be returned to you in the form of probably arrest or trial, or you put yourself at risk for civil suits. Some of these people have money, some of them don't, whatever. But just generally, don't be an asshat online. I mean, a real asshat. I mean, like going after people like that. That's not cool. But if it's just critiquing and just saying, hey, you're a fucking idiot, like this guy. And this is kind of funny too. You can block people on the Fediverse, but in reality, it doesn't really work. It just means that you just can't interact with them on that level. You can still talk shit about them. And the thing is, I'm a Jew. So you don't think I've had a neo-Nazi be in my face and tell me that they want to do different things to me and my based on who I am and what I believe in? Whatever. That's all part of life. Is it disgusting and sick? Yeah, but you can fight fire with fire. And I don't want these people hiding. If they're a true Nazi, if they're a true white supremacist, I don't want them hiding. I want them out in the open. I want the sunlight shine brightly on them, 100%. But in any case, I just wanted to show this. And the thing is I will diminish you. I will question your mental capability and call you a fucking idiot if you if you have a stupid idea and it doesn't make any goddamn sense at all. Because what do you think happens if a communist gets in power or if a leftist gets in power and they hold the reins of power in a society? There is no more freedom. There is no more freedom. Then everything that they wish and all the folly that comes from that and nothing but death comes from that. But it is what it is. And I just wanted to call it this individual, Derek Powazek at fraying at xoxo.zone, which is a Mastodon instance. But he said, basically he said, the ACLU was wrong when they supported Nazis and the EFF is wrong when they support kiwi farms. There are some people you just don't go to bat for. And the mere idea of a slippery slope is not more important than actual lives in danger. Horseshit. All horseshit. All horseshit. Kiwi Farms is run by, was famously got in a fight with Keith Kiffles, a man who says that he is a woman, whatever, and has a very large following online. They know how to deal with online harassment and trolls and whatnot. Whatever. It's all part of the thing. Anyway, if you're interested, I put out a lot of content on at my handle at Sophie King Jewish at shaw.app. I'm not going to open it up for the general public. But if you're on the Fediverse, you can follow me on your instance or whatever. Do so. Great. If not, like, comment, subscribe. Do you think I'm wrong? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wearing the bitch pants because I'm calling these people out? I just think it's hilarious. I just think it's hilarious that the more these people are online and they migrate to the Fediverse, they would deny you, or they would deny people that they hate or disagree with, the ability to speak online. And it's detestful as the content of their speech may be, everybody has a right to express themselves, whether it's online or in person or wherever. Now, some nations are freer than others, like the United States, because we have the Constitution that guarantees that even non-citizens, as soon as you step on American soil, guess what? You have all the same constitutional rights as me. Those are called civil rights. Maybe we should be focused more on first principles and not on who we don't like or who we disagree with. I would never, ever want to censor these people or tell them to shut up. Never, ever, ever in a million years. Let them speak. If they have a good idea, it'll resonate. If they have a poor idea, well, it's fair game for a public critique. And that's exactly what this is.